We just got different viewpoints, you and me. That doesn't mean we can't talk. We don't have to be enemies. All right. What's up, guys? I'm going to wait on a couple more people to get in here before we get started on today's lesson. The big one, so stick around. Could be the answer to all our problems. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to wait on a few more people to get in here. You're welcome to pop up and chat, troll, whatever you want to do. All right. Ooh, what a day. Beautiful. Beautiful out. It's not. It's not a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here, bro. I'm in Memphis. It's I don't know, probably 60. All right, guys, we got a few people in here. So the topic of discussion today is what should have been done a long time ago, and it is our solution to get out of this hellhole pit we have going on in this country. I need you to put on your critical thinkers hat. If you don't have one of those, then this is just going to piss you off. If you're not able to think critically and logically, then yeah, you're just going to be trolling me for the next I don't know, however long it takes me to get this out. All right. Now, I've been seeing a shit ton of TPUSA all over the place. All over the place. These Nazis are making sure they get their name out there. All their little bullshit all over the place, trying to put it out there and make Americans think that this is a Christian organization when it's a white supremacist organization. We're not dumbasses. But we're going to end all that, because what we're going to do as human beings here, and I need you to call anybody you can, call all your Congress members, call all your governors, call all that shit, because this is what can end this shit overnight. Okay. This is what can end. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What can end this overnight is that we demand as Americans that these freeloading churches start paying their fucking taxes. Okay. Now, they weren't paying taxes because they were not tied politically. They weren't. They kept out of our politics. That's one of the That's one of the things that you have to do if you're going to be a nonprofit organization. You can't be involved in politics. You can't be out there preaching about your orange God and your white supremacist. So yeah, that's the end of this war. We're going to make sure. We all talking about how blood on the streets. I was talking about it, but overnight, or actually this morning, this is what got me on this one. Okay, this is what got me on this one. Now, I've always been a tax the church kind of guy. Always. The freeloaders, they're bigger freeloaders than any immigrants out there or the church. Time to start paying your fair share. You want to jump in and take away Roe versus Wade. That means that you're absolutely being involved politically. So it's time to tax your ass. The free ride is over. And we're going to come and we're going to make sure that churches get taxed. That's what we can do as Americans, and that's how we can end this nonsense. Because once we tax the churches, it does a lot of things. It gets rid of the fraud preachers out there who are all about making money. Because if there's no money to be made there, if they're getting taxed, then guess what? You're not going to have the fraud preachers anymore. It's a simple thing, guys. We should get excited about this. Tax the church should be our focus, should be our number one focus right now. Now, or you can do this. Okay. If the churches aren't going to pay taxes, and guess what? I'm not going to fucking pay taxes. You got that, government? When you got a church that's out there with their fucking mouthpieces everywhere, telling everybody that you need to follow their fake Jesus. I love Jesus, but the TPUSA guys, that ain't Jesus. And that's how we come after TPUSA directly, right there. That's how we get them directly. Once they start having to pay taxes, all that TPUSA shit's going to be gone. All these people, it'll all be gone. All the freeloading preachers out there and all that, they're going to be. If you want a seat at the table and you want your voice heard as the church in politics, then you're going to pay some taxes. Absolutely, you're going to pay some taxes. So yeah, and what got me on that is this morning I got an old friend up in I won't say where, but in another part of the state who they're in one of these little red bubbles. They're in one of these little red bubbles where they think nothing outside matters. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do up there. I'm here to tell you, you're not going to do whatever you want to do. She's putting up pictures of her daughter at school graduating, and that's great and everything. But in the middle of the graduation, they're sitting there. It's at school. It's not graduation. It's at school. It was some senior night thing or something. I don't know what it was, but all I know is they're sitting in a gym on school property, and they're announcing over the speaker Bible verses of these students. Yeah, that's definitely not separation of church and state. You will definitely are going to be held liable for fucking taxes now. So if you see this going on out there, if you see churches, or not churches, I'm sorry, schools. If you see school events and you see, some Christian shenanigans going on at the school, then you need to record that, because we need to get as much footage as we can of this before we take it to the government and tell them, they're not going to be tax free anymore. They're going to pay their taxes if they're going to use their mouthpieces to spread hate, which is what TPUSA is. It's a white supremacist organization. And we're coming after you guys. Yeah, you're going to be paying taxes. Yeah, how you like that? Let's see your preachers run away when they're not fucking able to drain you of all your dollar and tell you that you're going to heaven because you are giving money to the pastors. Yeah. It's time to really hone in on this, guys, because they seem to be trying to hone in and worm their way in any way they can into our government. So it's not going to be as difficult as it for us, because you are of your father, the devil. You are a degenerate ape. Yeah, see? They don't like it, man. They don't like that they're going to have to be held accountable and actually pay the government because they want to yak all their bullshit into the fucking lenses. Okay. The days of you fuckers doing whatever you want to are over because you do it so fast and you do it so often that we can't really pinpoint exactly what we got to focus on. But guys, if we could focus on this one thing, taxing the churches, yeah, it's going to take care of so much more. Almost probably take care of most of our problems in this country, to be honest with you. Look at these monkeys call him evil for. Look at these monkeys call him evil for wanting organizations that use all of our systems to pay taxes. Why are there so many retards in the world? Preach on, man. I appreciate that, buddy. Mishka, I appreciate it, boss. And let me see. If there was a God, there would be no wars. If there was a God, there would be no disease. Life is not a cakewalk. You're born to struggle and survive this dream called life. Well, we don't have to struggle, man. We don't have to struggle. All that struggle is from the top. It's from the 1%. They're making our lives a living hell. You know, they talk about, oh, life's it's funny in religion. They always talk about life being a test. You know, I don't look at life as a test. Okay. I look at life as live each day, love people, love everyone around you. And if you do that, you're going to be happy in life. You know, you're going to meet wonderful people. You're going to have wonderful stories. You're going to have people who love you and respect you. And, you know, we kind of gotten away from that in this country, unfortunately, but we need to put on our critical thinking caps and let's understand where the real issues are coming from. We have a religion that has somehow gotten into the Supreme Court and turned over our Roe v. Wade. Now, if you don't think that that's them injecting themselves into our politics, then you need a head examination, because that's exactly what it is. We see it, we know it, and we have rights, and we're going to call you out on it. We're going to force you to pay your taxes, churches. The freeloading days are over. You're not going to be a freeloader like you claim all the immigrants are freeloading. You claim that they're getting benefits, they're getting this and that. Yet they're not. They're not. I never have one person that can show me proof when they say that. They never have proof. You know, it's all feelings for these people. It's all feelings. The world don't work off feelings, bro. You got to come with some facts. Did anybody else find it interesting that 85% of the people so far that ICE has detained have no violent records? To me, that's very telling. And I don't understand why more Americans aren't questioning it. Trump said specifically he's going to go after the violent offenders, the worst of the worst, the rapists, the murderers, all that. He's going to go after them. Yet 85% of the people detained by ICE have no violent criminal history. So that in itself should set off alarm bells to everybody that they're just taking random people off the streets and taking away their rights, telling them you don't have rights in this country because your skin's brown. Yeah, the nonsense is going to stop, and it's going to stop in any way it takes for it to stop. Do you understand that? Well, you should. Trump is a fucking joke. He will be burning in hell with Charlie Kirk one day. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. It's nice to see more people in this chat today. Normally, liver cheese, that's me. I'm a First Amendment guy, if you're wondering. That's what I do. I do First Amendment. I protect all Americans. I protect all Americans' rights and freedoms. But what I've done is usually I go on at night and we have a group, we have this group, we get in and we talk. We have everybody, agnostics, atheists, Christians, real Christians. We don't have any of the TPUSA guys because they won't come join us, because they know we're going to call them out. And Christians should be very, very upset at these fuckers because they're trying to hijack your religion. They're trying to hijack your religion and make you look like you hate brown people and black people. And the old school Christians I know aren't like that. The ones who really follow Jesus, they're not like that. So, these people, these enemies of the state that are hiding behind religion, our eyes are wide open, man. And when we come after you, we're not coming after Christians. Christians, if you're a good Christian and you let and your moral compass is okay and you don't hurt other people, then by all means practice your religion. I'm agnostic, but I believe religion should, wherever you get your moral compass, you should be able to follow that religion. When you get to the point, though, when you start hurting other people, that's when we have to take a step back and understand that what you're doing is not religion, which we're doing every day, every single day. We're opening up more and more. I've come on in the daytime because I know that I'm going to get trolled by 100,000 people, which is fine with me. Fine with me. Everything I say, I stand behind and I'm back and I'm proud of, and I'm not worried about trolls. But I have noticed that I've done this for a few straight days in a row. And today it seems like there's more people coming in here who aren't subs of the channel defending my views. I appreciate that, guys. I see it. I can't read every comment whenever it's just flying by like this, but I want you to know that I see it and I appreciate it. Here's to the 4 of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us. Continue to spread the word about how churches haven't paid taxes, and question and pose that question to people. Why haven't churches paid taxes if they're on our TVs and they're on our, they're using their the government platforms to spread their message of hate? TPUSA, not Christians. TPUSA. Christians, you got to get in there and you got to weed these cockroaches out. You got to weed them out, okay? Because they're not like you. You have a good heart. You understand that Jesus was about immigrants. Jesus was about helping the least of us. Helping people when they're down and in trouble. And you're not following that. And we see it, and we're going to call you out on it. And if we're critical thinkers, we're not going to blame all Christians for that. Okay. We're going to blame this one little sect of worms who think they're coming in and being these incredibly religious people, when actually there are the complete opposite of religious. We see you, TPUSA. We know who you are. We know you're the enemy of the country. We understand it. And we will stand up accordingly. We, the people, aren't afraid of you, TPUSAers. We're not afraid of you. We laugh at you. We think you're pathetic, hiding behind the guise of Christianity to spread messages of hate. Yeah, those days are your days are numbered in this country doing that, okay? And be able to sit behind your keyboard anonymously and type your hate. We're also going to be working on that. We're gonna work to change that, because people need to be held accountable for what they say and do. And if you spread hate, you need to be held accountable for that. I can't really comprehend the fact that he really believes what he's saying. How do you people become this stupid? Let me explain something to you. Who's this right here? Grippy. Let me explain something to you, bro, okay? I spent a lot of years in my life to get to where I'm at an enlightened place mentally. And so when you come in here and you say, I can't believe this guy is here, I understand that, because you're not enlightened. You haven't reached my level of mentality yet. You might not be able to reach that level, and that's okay. A lot of people go through their entire lives not understanding the lie they're being sold. Me, I've reached those places through experience. So I'm coming to you with my wisdom and experience, and explaining to you that maybe you're not quite ready to understand these facts, because it's going to blow your existence out of the water. You're not going to understand what you've been doing, who you've been fighting for. Instead of worried about these 4 walls that you congregate in every day, why don't you have a private conversation with whoever you believe this man up here is, okay? That's how you get close to your God. Just because you go to four walls and sit in and y'all talk about this and that and preach about Trump or whatever it is you clowns preach about these days, that ain't moving you up in any form or fashion. Not all that's doing is keeping your eyes closed, because that's what they're trying to do, is keep your eyes closed. Now let's talk about who's behind the TPUSA movement. Billionaires are behind the TPUSA movement. Why are billionaires behind the TPUSA movement? Because it's part of the culture war bullshit that they want everyone to believe, while they continue to rape us left and right. Screw us in every which way they can. They're going to screw the American consumer. And most Americans live on their knees, and that's all they do their entire lives, is live on their knees. When you become enlightened, you stand up. You stand up. I'm trying to best explain it to you as I can, but it's almost like talking to an amoeba, because you're not, you don't have the mental capacity to fully grasp what really happens in this world. And you don't want to. I get it. It's going to blow your world apart. I understand that. But this message isn't for you. It's not for the trolls who want to come in here and call me dumb for my ideas. You just carry on about your day with your eyes closed until someone comes along to take your rights away, because that will be coming. So I'm very excited today. We have another avenue, another way we can approach this. And it's probably the best way. Instead of violence on the streets, which would happen in the spring in Minneapolis if this shit continues, we can focus on making the freeloaders pay their fair share. It's going to be wonderful. I love it. So excited to know that we can get this accomplished. We can absolutely get it accomplished. Churches have been they've been protected for too long. You know, they've been given this status. Or here's something else we can do, guys. We can all go out and we can apply for our own churches. I have a church of my dog. Okay, my dog is the most peaceful person in the world, or peaceful being in the world. I would like to sign up for a religion to Church of the Moes. That's my dog. And then once I do that, I won't be paying taxes. So if we could go that way too, everybody out there could go out and apply for their own religious, organization. Everyone can do that. I've heard it's not a difficult process, and we can all start our own little religions and not have to pay taxes. Does that sound cool? I think it's a wonderful idea. Mine's going to be the Church of Moes. That's my dog. Oh, yes. Yes. It's going to be a lovely day. Guys, I hope everything else in your life, I hope you're doing good. I hope you've had a good week. I know a lot of people are back to work now with, we had ice storms and that have shut our city down for a couple weeks. And, with the holidays last, a lot of people hadn't been out working. So, a lot of you aren't in great moods. I understand that. I get it. I'm my own boss, but, I hope you're doing good. I hope mentally you're doing fantastic, and I hope that 2026 turns out to be a wonderful year for you, regardless of your beliefs, unless you're a TPUSAer. Then I hope the worst of you. I hope you slip on ice. No, I don't wish. Let me take that back, because that's karma. I don't want to wish somebody to get injured. That's karma. I don't want that bad karma coming after me, even if it is terrible people that I'm wishing it upon. We still shouldn't do that as humans. We should do it legally. And the legal thing to do is we're going to force these churches to finally start paying taxes. Can you imagine the income that's going to come in from taxes from churches? It's going to be so much income that's going to help our infrastructure. We'll build our roads properly. We'll be getting we'll be getting the tax dollars that the billionaires up top aren't paying, and they're not paying. So this will help to fill in that hole of billionaire freeloaders. We'll go after the freeloaders who are disguise themselves in religion and faith. Free ride's over. Free ride's over. Billionaires have had the free ride for so long, and we've woken up, and we understand that it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you, trademarked. It's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Wake up, open up your eyes, see that this TPUSA is a branch of the billionaires to try to keep us divided with their culture wars. Kid Rock putting out a song about Jesus. You got to be shitting me. You got to be shitting me, right, Kid Rock? I can't wait to download that song. I will not pay for it. I will get it for free one way or another. And I will remix that song, and I will make you look like the biggest dumbass you've ever been in your life. Yeah, we're going to take little clips of all his little nasty clips in his rap songs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video where we intertwine these clips with his little new talks about Jesus. This ain't about Kid Rock finding Jesus. This is about TPUSA finding Kid Rock and thinking that they're gonna expand their little outreach in this country of freedom fighters with a washed up fucking rocker who hadn't had a hit in decades. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna let him think that he's this new Christian Jesus wannabe. You know, we're gonna at every point I see his music, I'm gonna be taking those little clips out just to remind the TPUSAers who they have trying to rally for them. I mean, it's completely ludicrous if you really think about it. It's just, I swear it's like we're in an alternate time zone. Or not time zone, I said that yesterday. Alternate reality here, universe. But that's why you guys come to me at night, and that's why we do our live streams where we talk, we have fun, we goof off, we treat each other with respect, unless you're a worm, and then we will bang you like a cockroach with a mallet until you run out of our stream. And I'll do it in public. I do it every day in public. I advise you do the same. Educate people in public. A lot of these people want to tune out. You know, they voted for something and now they want to tune out and not watch what's happening all around them. Don't let them do it. They don't get to do that. They don't get to do that. If they're walking around in their TPUSA stuff and their red hats and all that, we need to constantly remind them what's going on around us in our beautiful multicultural country. What a beautiful country we have. Man, that halftime show, guys, if you go back, there's a little clip going around, and it's talking about the energy that they had afterwards. And you see the people, Bad Bunny coming off the field. And I want you to look at the colors of people around him and how excited they are to share his message. It's a lovely video clip. You should see it. It's got white people, it's got black people, it's got brown people, it's got gay people, it's got everybody, and they're all dancing and having a blast. Share that video as much as possible. It burns up TPUSA. They want to think that we're all degenerates because we don't follow their Nazi Jesus, who is not the real Jesus, by the way. The real Jesus is a hip guy. I think he's all right. I think he's a peaceful guy, but they're not following him. Now he would be, I ain't going to get into that, but Jesus would be flipping over some tables. I'm going to tell you that right now. He would definitely be flipping over some tables. Now, here's another thing you can do. Here's another thing you can do to remind people that we're out here and we ain't going nowhere. All right. I have these two clowns over here at a Walmart. This is what's going on in my neighborhood. I got these two clowns over here at a Walmart who Walmart apparently has given them permission to do this. They sit out. This is two grown ass men. They sit out in front of the Walmart with a table begging for money like little Girl Scouts out there. Yeah, that's what they do. And they're allowing them to do it. And they sit out there and they sell cross necklaces. And oh, can you donate to this? Now I don't know. I'm going to have a talk with Walmart management about why they're letting these grown men who want to sell fantasy items to people, why they're letting them sit out in front of a Walmart when they don't allow solicitation of any kind. The only time they ever have solicitation is when it's Girl Scouts out there, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. I'm fine with that. Those are okay to be out there soliciting. But why the hell is a church out there trying to sell, two grown men out there trying to sell me a piece of leather with a cross on it? And there's people that walk by and donate, and they come by, and I don't ever say anything. I just walk right past them. Those days are over. I'm going to start saying something to them. The next time they're out there, I'm going to say, what are you trying to do out here? What are you trying to sell me? Oh, you're trying to sell me trinkets that don't mean anything. Okay, well, no, I'm not interested in that. How old are you? Why are you out here trying to sell these little trinkets in front of this Walmart? A grown man. I don't. Yeah, I have a problem with that. And something tells me that that's not going to be taking place too much longer once I talk to management. So I'll be doing that later. That needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, we're going to see in front of all the stores everywhere, we're going to see these grown ass men who want to sell me a fantasy trinket. I mean, make it make sense. Yeah, we're going to put a stop to that. We're going to put a stop to that. They're not the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts. They have plenty of money. You give it to them. They don't need to be out there begging for spare change, which is what they're doing. And us just allowing it to happen. You know, we got to stand up and say, why are these two grown men out here wearing all their Christianity shirts out here trying to sell me something I don't believe in? You know, do that in your church. Do that online. You don't need to do that in public. You're not the Girl Scouts. You don't need help. There's a church on every corner. Why do you need help? Why do you need help if there's a church on every corner in this country? Tell me, why do you have your hands out? We know why you have your hands out. Because that money's not going back to the churches. It's going right into the preacher's pocket. And once we tax these churches, all these fraud preachers are going to go. They're going to fly the coop. There's no money to be made anymore, so they won't be there. So you see what I'm talking about here. Really think about it critically. This could be huge. If we make it where if we set it up where the fraudsters can't con you like that as easily, then your life's going to be a lot easier. And some people just will hand them money for some reason. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe I should go out and make some Baphomet necklaces and ask for donations. As a matter of fact, that's the way I'm going to do it. That's the way I'm going to approach it. I'm not gonna go in and ask why they're allowing that to happen. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, hey, I notice you guys have these Christians out here selling their crosses on their necklaces and bracelets and things like that. Well, you know, since you're going to do that, I want equal time. I'm an American too. I want to sell my Baphomet crosses or my Baphomet pendants and my Baphomet. I'm going to ask them if I can do that in front of their store too. Now, if they say no, I can't, then we've got some legal things we can maybe approach them with. Yeah, and then maybe hopefully they have some common sense and they pull those guys off the streets in front of their store. That's how we deal with that situation. So Walmart, I'll be coming over and visiting you today with my Baphomet collection, and I will fully expect you guys to give me a spot in front of your store. And if you do not, then there could be some legal ramifications in that for you. All right. Thank you. You like that? You like that, Mark? That's a good approach, right? It's a good approach. I'm not going to go in there yelling about how oh, how dare you do this? And them just say, oh, he's just crazy or whatever. No, I'm going to approach it from a business standpoint. That these guys are allowed in front of your business to promote their crosses and their goods. They want to, so I should be allowed to do the same thing. And if I'm not allowed to do the same thing, what is that telling me, Walmart? What do you think? What is it's telling me that you favor one group over another? So legally, yeah, you could get in some trouble there. Yeah, let's do this. This is going to be fun. Maybe I'll record the whole thing. How about that? Maybe we live stream it and go do it just to see their reaction. How about that? I think we would all love to see that interaction live. What would happen if you saw someone selling a Quran? Not a damn thing, because you're not consistent. Wow. Do you know me, Brad? Have you been on any of my hundreds of videos? Have you watched any of my hundreds of videos? I'm absolutely consistent, brother. Absolutely consistent. What's good for one is good for the other. And they say that it's okay to sell their religious trinkets in front of their national store. I could make a story out of that on its own. I could just go record from the sidewalk and put that out there, and we could get that into the and out there for all to see, and that would be a big enough story. But really, I want to go in and ask them why and when I can set up my booth, because that then we'll get to the heart of the matter. And we're not going to get a straight answer, but what we're going to get is that manager of that Walmart going directly into their office and typing an email to corporate and saying, "Hey, we got a YouTuber out here who's threatening to put out our story about allowing churches to sell crosses in front of their store, but yet not allowing other religions to do the same." Yeah, that's a pretty big story. So yeah, thank you for that. Because you were here today, we worked through this together, and we gave Liberty something to do with his day. It might not happen today; it might happen tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff planned for today, but yeah, that's definitely going to be done. The weird things that you see like that out there in public, step up and say something about it, or question it, and you'd be amazed at the ridiculous responses you're going to get. When you see something that's weird, ask about it. That's the only way that we're going to keep our country completely free, and so that all sides can participate in religion or whatever they want to participate in. They will in this country, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, multicultural, culturalist baby. We need to start celebrating our country as that. When I look at that video the other night of all those different colors and backgrounds coming together, I'm just like, man, this is our baby. It's fully born now, and it pisses a lot of people off, but it's ours, and we are unique to the world, unique to the entire world. We're the only place in this entire world where this many cultures come together. It's an experiment, and we're not going to let TPUSA ruin it. Okay, this ain't about white people. This ain't about black people, brown people. It ain't about none of that. It's about freedom. It's about freedom and living together peacefully in this wonderful, beautiful country that I call America. It makes me smile just to think about. And the world is watching us, and they're very proud of us being a multicultural country that we are. That's what they love about America the most. All around the world, that's their favorite thing about America, is the fact that we have so many cultures who live together in harmony. And we will continue to do that. If you're out there on the other side of the pond listening to this, understand that there's good people out here working to make sure that our country is always multicultural and we're always accepting of all people. All right? That's what we're going to do. And I'm damn proud to do that. And I hope you're damn proud to do that. That should make you smile, and that should make you extremely happy to know that we're protecting our baby that we worked so long for. Someone call us village. I found the idiot. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Nothing makes me feel better than having a red hat worm troll me. It's how I know that I'm getting my message across. So keep on trolling. The more you troll, the more I'll keep on fucking going, bro. The more I'm going to be out here every damn day preaching my message and spreading the word of love to America and punching Nazis, because that's what I do. They never approach me in public because they're all cowards. If you believe so much in your whites only halftime show, then maybe you should be out there talking, telling everybody how wonderful it was with your little 4 million people who watched it over our 144 million people who watched the regular halftime show. So you ain't so big and bad, TPUSA. I know you. I see you. I know what you are. You don't scare me in any sense of the word. And my entire existence is to make sure that you guys are gone. You're out of here. You're not a real organization, and we're going to quash you. All right. Anybody want to add any positivity or anything today? I want to see only positivity. If you have a good comment, you had a good day, or you're starting to have a good day, you had a good interaction with somebody, tell us about it. I like to read those kind of things. I like to read them. I do have the whole team behind me. I do have the whole team behind me, brother. There's the same amount of trolls as you have viewers. Give me the address. Actually, I have 3,500 viewers, bitch, and I worked hard for every single one of them. All right. When you have your 3,500 viewers, you can jump on here, and it's growing massively. Massively, it's growing. Over the last week, I've had 100 new subs. So whatever message you have, why don't you go preach that on your own platform and see how much you grow as opposed to how much I grow. All right. I'm not too worried about those numbers, because here's to the 4 of us. Tomorrow, there'll be more of us, baby. We're growing. We're growing in numbers, and we ain't even worried about the little brains, because you can't communicate with us. You don't understand. You're not on the same level. I worked hard to get to the level that I'm at right now. I've had my eyes open. You don't have your eyes open. You have your eyes closed, because it doesn't affect you personally. It will affect you personally. All right, 42 minutes in, I think I feel properly motivated to go about my day of exposing Nazis and exposing TPUSA, and just being an irritant to Nazis. I love it. It's my life's work. It's my life's goal. I will continue to do it. If I die doing it, then I will die doing what I love, exposing terrible human beings for the worms that they are. What a life. I'd love it. I lay my head down peacefully at night, knowing I've done all I can do for humanity for the day. It's such a lovely thing, and it's so easy to get to the same place. Come and join us and experience that peace of mind, knowing that at the end of the day, whatever's happened around the world, you've done the right thing, and you're an asset to not only this country, but to this world. I love it. All right, I'm ready to go. So I'll be keeping you updated on that little conversation I had with the Walmart. Maybe I'll record it. Cameras always, people, it shuts people down. So if I get anything out of them, it's going to be a lot more likely for me to get something out of them with the camera turned off. You just got to trust liver cheese that what I bring back to you, what they say to me, is the truth. And if they don't want to give me my table to sell my Baphomet products, then maybe we just set up a little protest right on the sidewalk. That's how you get stuff done in this country. All right. Love you guys. Love you all. Even the idiots. Still love you. Would like to know more about you as a person. I really don't care. The people who come in and say, what party are you, or what's your, that's the first things they say. Fuck off. You're never going to find out. I'm an enigma. And it's not for you to approach. You don't approach me by who did you vote for. That ain't the way a civilized society works. We never did that in the 70s, 80s, 90s. We never did it. And now all of a sudden we're doing it. But I think that's strictly an online thing because you don't see them in public coming up. Who'd you vote for? They don't do that because they're embarrassed of who they voted for. All right. Love you guys. We'll come back and do it again tomorrow. Or if you want to come see me tonight and see what we're really about when we don't have 18,000 trolls trolling me left and right, come over and talk to Liver Cheese on my live feed, and maybe we'll have we can talk on a more intimate level, and we can talk about grand ideas that we have for this wonderful country to save our wonderful country that we call America. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for sticking around. If you subbed, I appreciate it. It means a lot. I have a lot of people sub my channel who don't agree with me, and I love that. That makes me feel good as a human because I'm not excluding others. I want to learn. I want to know why you are the way you are. I want to know how you got to demonize an entire race of people. Those are things we need to talk about. Until then, even if you just want to come on and troll me every day, I'm on here. Come on, brother. I'll take it. Let's do it. Otherwise, I love every one of you. Continue to talk to each other. Continue to be a critical thinker. And always remember, it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Open up your eyes. Let's approach this together and let's save this country. Okay? I love you guys very much. Until next time, CTG out.